So it's Friday night, December 27th. I'm James Spann. Thought we'd go live because we have a tornado warning in effect now for parts of Mobile and Baldwin counties. And again, we're live at 8:33 on Friday night. And you can see the problem here. We have this bow-shaped echo that's about to come right through downtown Mobile. And the radar depicting potential for what could be a tornado within that, but I think the main concern will be damaging straight-line winds. One way or the other, the best thing to do is to go ahead and take your tornado precautions. Small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. And that segment of the storm will be coming right across the causeway and the Bayway, the northern part of Mobile Bay, over into parts of northern Baldwin County. Again, you can see the red polygon defined on the map. That's the tornado warning. The tornado warning does include Daphne and Spanish Fort. It does not include Fairhope or Point Clear or Point South. So again, from Daphne north on the eastern shore, the polygon is in effect there. This includes downtown Mobile. This includes Pritchard. And this also includes almost up to Bay Minette, not quite Bay Minette in Mobile County. So, again, you can see the thunderstorm itself has come through the airport and out around the location of the radar site of the National Weather Service. In fact, the Weather Service telling us that they are in their shelter in Mobile. And they're watching it via their laptops and their shelter they have there. And the circulation has passed right over the cone of silence, that circle you see there. So let's put the velocity display side by side with the reflectivity. And again, you can see the concern for the possible tornado is right here. And again, the circulation came right on top of the radar. And of course, the radar is still working, it looks like, which is a good thing. But again, based on the current track, that will be coming right through downtown Mobile or slightly north of downtown Mobile. So again, a tornado warning is in effect now for Mobile and Baldwin counties, that polygon segment there, in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. That's for the next 24 minutes. And this is a radar-indicated tornado with that segment that's coming right into downtown Mobile. I've not seen any specific reports of damage. Morgan Berry, who's one of the meteorologists down in Mobile, she tells us that the winds are cranking at the office and the power is flickering. And it looks like the peak wind gust at the airport there at Mobile so far is 48 miles per hour. And again, that thing came right on top of the airport. And again, you can see that the circulation is still pretty evident on the radar as it's approaching downtown Mobile. So again, if you're just joining us, no other part of the state has any active tornado warnings at this point. This is the only warning in the entire state. And again, we'll kind of expand this out. And again, you can see that the warning is for the northern part of Mobile County and the northwestern part of Baldwin County. This is in far south Alabama. And we have a severe thunderstorm complex approaching downtown Mobile coming in from the west. And within that, there could be an embedded tornado. So again, for those of you in the city of Mobile, if you've not experienced this already, you're about to. Small room, lowest floor near the center, no windows, and put a helmet on if you can. That's an important part of tornado precautions. Most of the injuries in a tornado are blunt force trauma above the shoulders. And by putting on a simple, inexpensive bicycle helmet, if your kids play sports, a batting helmet, a football helmet, a motorcycle helmet, that really enhances your chance of not being injured badly in these things. And again, that's the best thing to do. And of course, we encourage nobody to be in a car and nobody to be in a mobile home. Cars are the worst possible place to be, as pretty much is the case with a mobile home. And if you're in a mobile home, obviously, before a situation like this, you need to have a plan, know where you're going, and know how to get there quickly and have transportation. So again, for those in the path of this, we encourage, again, no vehicles and no mobile homes. So again, we'll roll the animation on this. And again, you can see that the severe thunderstorm complex is coming along at a pretty good clip. And it will be basically right in the heart of downtown Mobile here in about 5 minutes. It's come across the airport. It's approaching the campus of the University of South Alabama. It'll be come across northern Mobile Bay, the Bayway, the Causeway, then coming over into the eastern shore out toward Spanish Fort and Daphne. And again, obviously, very densely populated city here. So the Weather Service in Mobile has relinquished control to the Weather Service in New Orleans now, in that they're having to take shelter. And the Weather Service in New Orleans is indicating that there is a TDS with this thing. So let's see if we can find that. A TDS is a tornado debris signature. So again, we'll go to a split screen on this, and the velocity is not especially tight at this point. But let's put on the correlation coefficient product here. And it's pretty noisy. At this point, we'll animate this and see what we can find here. It's hard to really find within the Mobile radar a well-defined CC drop or a TDS. But keep in mind, the storm came right over the radar site itself, right over the cone of silence. And when that's the case, you can't see any data coming out of there. But clearly, it's a storm that's packing a punch. And even if we don't have a tornado, we've certainly got the chance of strong, damaging straight-line winds. And we should also mention that there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect as well. In fact, let me go back to the single screen here, kind of expand this out. The severe thunderstorm warning is for a little larger area. This includes other parts of Mobile and Baldwin counties. The severe thunderstorm warning is the yellow polygon. The tornado warning is the red polygon, and a special marine warning is the orange polygon. So you got a 3-for-1 special here. But again, this thing is going to come through very quickly. And again, you get the idea. It's going to just go right down Interstate 10, the Bayway, US 90, the Causeway, and then ultimately come over into northern Baldwin County. And again, that will be affecting places like Spanish Fort, Daphne, up into the Delta. The severe thunderstorm warning does extend as far east as Bay Minette and Loxley in Baldwin County, but the tornado warning does not. So again, let's put a stop here, and we'll kind of take a look at some of the parameters here. Again, we're live at 8:41 as we're watching a thunderstorm with a possible tornado that's approaching downtown Mobile at this point. And so this is reflectivity, and what we'll do is do a split. We'll go to the, and again, this is the correlation coefficient product on the right side here. And at the moment, we're not seeing any well-defined CC drop or a debris signature at this point, which is good. But let's go back to the velocity and see if we can find any well-defined couplet. And not really at this point, but it certainly exhibits potential for damaging straight-line winds. And that'll be the main concern with this thing coming into downtown Mobile. We're watching different reports coming in across social media, and so far I have not seen any specific damage with this, which is a good thing. And again, obviously, with the population density of a big city like Mobile, if there's something there, we'll know about it pretty quickly. Again, the thunderstorm complex is coming through the University of South Alabama campus now, and next in line is downtown Mobile. And again, from there, that's going to come right across the Causeway, the northern part of Mobile Bay, into the eastern shore. The tornado warning is in effect until 9 o'clock for the next 18 minutes. And again, at the moment, we're not seeing a really well-defined tornado signature here, but still, this is a storm that's certainly packing a punch, and the forward motion alone should produce some pretty strong straight-line winds here. But it's good that we have yet to see any specific damage reports. And again, the Weather Service in Mobile is seeing what we're all seeing here, that the circulation is clearly not evident at the moment. This is not really a tornado signature here. And what they're going to do is hold on to the tornado warning for a couple more volume scans. And if they continue to see this, which is not really a tornado signature, they'll cancel that tornado warning and go with a severe thunderstorm warning. But again, the main concern, it's strong straight line winds coming into downtown Mobile. So we're live at 8:43 on this Friday night. And again, watching a lot of sources here, and I would imagine if we had a tornado down, we'd know about it by now, that came through the western part of Mobile. And again, the peak wind gust out at the Mobile airport was 48 miles per hour. And the Weather Service decided to seek shelter, which obviously is the right thing to do. And the Weather Service in Slidell, or New Orleans, took over for them. And they're still in the operational mode at this point. But again, clearly, you can see that we just don't have a well-defined tornado on radar at this point. However, the winds will be very strong coming into downtown Mobile. And again, watching more reports. And so far, so good. Again, it looks like the winds have been in the 40 to 45 mile per hour bracket for most, 45 to 50 on the upper end here. And that's coming right into downtown. And this will be moving along pretty quickly. In fact, we'll go back and animate this thing out. And understand, this is just kind of a pre-show, if you will, to what we expect tomorrow and tomorrow night with a more dynamic setup. The southwestern part of the state's in an unstable air mass. A warm front's been pushing slowly northward today. And dew points are up in the 60s now down in southwest Alabama. They're in the warm sector. And again, we don't expect an all-night severe weather problem down there tonight. If you're in South Alabama, we don't expect this to be really beyond this. I think this probably should be the last warning of the evening, or one of the last warnings of the evening. But the greater concern will be tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. And again, quickly, if you've not seen it, we'll throw up the convective outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. And you can see the new timing as well for West Alabama in that level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk, the window between 3 p.m. and 1 a.m. For the central part of the state, that would include Birmingham, Montgomery, Huntsville, the window between 4 p.m. and 2 a.m. And that doesn't mean we'll have severe weather for the entire time. We won't, but that's just the window when severe storms are possible. And then for east and southeast Alabama, the window 9 o'clock tomorrow night until 8 a.m. Sunday. And obviously, the greatest concern, it's going to be within that orange area, that enhanced risk, where there might be a few strong tornadoes. Again, there's a hatched area defined here. So again, tonight is just kind of a precursor of what might happen tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. So again, we're here because there's a tornado warning in effect for Mobile County, and we've really lost the tornadic signature on radar. The main concern shifting to straight line winds, and there is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for much of northern Mobile and the northwestern part of Baldwin counties. And so as this storm comes out across the northern part of Mobile Bay into Baldwin County, it could produce strong straight line winds, maybe 40, 45, maybe 50 miles per hour or higher in spots. And again, they're holding the tornado warning at the moment here at 8:47. It's scheduled to expire at 9 o'clock, but we just don't see it. In fact, let's stop this and we'll take a closer look at it. And once again, just evidence of strong winds coming into downtown Mobile. That's not a tornadic signature there. Could another one spin up possibly within this complex? Yes, but again, we just don't see any evidence of that right now. So coming right into the core of downtown Mobile, we have potential for winds of 40, 45, maybe 50 miles an hour. And if you're over in Spanish Fort, Daphne, ultimately Loxley, Stapleton, places like that, maybe Bay Minette, you might have the same type winds as the thunderstorm complex comes on through there. And once this passes, that will be pretty much it for tonight. We'll have a nice lull late tonight and tomorrow morning before the next round fires up tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. In fact, we'll kind of expand the view out a little bit, and you can see that we do have some thunderstorms back in South Mississippi. The main concern there, flooding, and we note a flash flood warning polygon in effect for areas north of Biloxi, Mississippi. But again, the reason we're here, it's the tornado warning you see there for the northern part of Mobile County, the city of Mobile, over into parts of northern Baldwin County. And again, just to kind of get your bearings, this is Alabama Highway 59 right here. And this is Interstate 10 right here. And Interstate 65 right there. And again, it is a rough ride in downtown Mobile as we speak, obviously. But again, the positives I can tell you is the fact that I'm just not seeing any specific major damage. I've seen some reports of tree limbs down and things like that. But again, based on the population density of the track of this thing, if we had a tornado down, we would know about it. And I don't think that we have at this point, which is certainly a good thing. A very good thing, in fact. And soon the Weather Service in Mobile will regain control of this from the Weather Service in New Orleans. They had to relinquish control because they had to seek shelter, and that this line came right across their office. And again, you can see a pretty nasty-looking bow coming through the airport, but even the Boeing segment not looking as intense as it did 10, 15 minutes ago. So the Weather Service has the option of canceling the warning now or letting it go until 9 o'clock. And the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect until, until 9 o'clock as well. So both of those warnings are set to expire at 9 o'clock. And we'll stop it and take a look at the velocity. And again, that's a signature of just strong straight-line winds coming through on Mobile, 40, 45, maybe 50 miles an hour. And, of course, the question is technically the storm severe? To be severe, you got to have 58-mile-per-hour winds for this to verify as a severe storm. The airport had a wind gust of 48 miles per hour. And I would imagine we have winds in downtown Mobile in the 40, 45, maybe 50-mile-per-hour bracket right now. And, again, that'll be coming right down the Bayway and the Causeway into the eastern shore over here. Now, again, if you're in Fairhope or Point South, you're not in the polygon here. This is all north of you. Point Clear, same thing. This is all north of there. This does include Daphne. The severe thunderstorm warning. Now, the tornado warning polygon does not. And again, we don't expect the tornado warning to be extended, and that there's really no evidence of a tornado at this point. So you can, for all practical purposes, take the red polygon off the board and simply work with the yellow severe thunderstorm warning polygon. So the concern shifting really from a tornado to strong straight-line winds might be enough to cause some tree and power line damage. And again, even with the lack of a tornado signature here, the idea is that you might want to stay off the roads. It's not the best to be driving at night with that kind of wind. And again, this thing will be passing pretty quickly. That's the good news. But remember, again, tomorrow is still to come. So go back to tomorrow very quickly, and a couple of quick notes. I thought I would show a couple of quick graphics here. You know, this one, I'm not a big fan of showing this because a lot of people don't understand it. This is a product called Updraft Helicity. And let me just say, this is from the 18Z run. The OZ run I've not had a chance to put in the set here yet, but it's similar. And this is not saying this is exactly where tornadoes will touch down. That's not what this means, but it's saying it's areas where there's potential for maximized updraft rotation and ultimately where there could be tornadoes. And you can see that the greater threat would be Louisiana, Mississippi, and West Alabama in terms of tornadoes. The storms will likely weaken as they push into the eastern side of the state during the pre-dawn hours Sunday, but certainly we'll have to be very cognizant of the chance of tornadoes across Louisiana, Mississippi, and West Alabama. Initially over Louisiana and Mississippi during the afternoon, then moving into West Alabama during the evening and nighttime hours. And again, when you see a hatched area like this in the outlooks, that means there could be a strong tornado or two involved. And by definition, that's EF2 or higher. And the dynamics are very good. There's no doubt about that. As typically is the case in the cold season, the question, it's not the dynamics, but the thermodynamics. Will the air be sufficiently unstable? Will we have a lot of messy convection during the day that keeps the instability values down? We hope that's the case, but Again, sometimes the strong dynamic forcing can overrule the weak thermodynamics we have this time of the year. So, again, the bottom line is everybody just needs to be weather aware tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night for this next round. And again, I will be back here tomorrow morning early with an update on that. So again, if you're just joining us, we're here just for this tornado warning for Mobile County. It is 8:53 Central Time. We have a tornado warning. This thing will expire at 9 o'clock. We don't expect the warning to be extended. There's no evidence of any tornado at this point. The main issue is strong straight-line winds in the 40 to 50 mile per hour bracket that's come on through downtown Mobile. And again, those will be sweeping across Mobile Bay, coming into the eastern shore, mainly north of Fairhope. The polygon for the severe thunderstorm begins really between Fairhope and Daphne and points north. And this does include Bay Minette and Loxley over on Alabama Highway 59, Stapleton. And, of course, obviously the Interstate 10 corridor from downtown Mobile back over to Loxley as well. And again, even though there's no evidence of a tornado and the tornado warning is going to be gone here in 6 minutes, you still might not want to drive in this kind of stuff. And often people ask me questions about traveling, and I always give them the same answer. I don't give travel advice because everybody has a different risk tolerance level when it comes to driving in rain or thunderstorms, and I can't speak for that because different people perceive things in a different way. For some people, when there's light rain, it's dangerous. For other people, they don't mind driving in a downpour. But the one thing for everybody, we do not want you driving in a tornado. And again, there's no evidence of a tornado at this point, and we firmly believe that warning will go away in 5 minutes at the top of the hour at 9 o'clock. And again, the main concern, strong winds. And even on that note, the good news, the bow is not as pronounced. We had a pretty good bow coming right into Mobile initially, and the apex of that bow came right over the airport. The airport had a wind gust of 48 miles an hour, and we probably have winds in the 40, 45 mile per hour bracket, and technically that's under severe criteria. To be severe, a storm has to have 58 mile per hour winds or higher, or 1 inch diameter hail or larger. We see no hail in these storms, and again, just strong winds and obviously torrential amounts of rain. And again, back off to the west, we have seen some flooding issues over South Mississippi, where a few counties there are under flash flood warnings. Real quickly, we'll check the northern half of the state. For those that are there, no severe problems at all. The air is cool and stable over the northern half of the state. That warm front will be slowly pushing northward overnight tonight and tomorrow morning, but it's cool, stable, just some showers over mainly East Alabama, east of Interstate 65, across the northern half of the state. Got some pretty good rain coming up into Montgomery, but again, no severe weather concern there. The only part of the state really with that good quality unstable air is down here in the southwestern counties of the state, where dew points have gotten up into the 60s. And again, we've got the two warning polygons, the tornado warning polygon and the severe thunderstorm warning polygon. But checking the numbers, the dew point at Mobile is up to 68. Very oppressive, humid, muggy. You walk outside, it just doesn't feel right. If you've been around here long enough, you know that feel in the cold season. Now, in the summer, the dew point's always 68 or higher. But to have a dew point of 68 in December, January, that's typically a red flag. And again, the dew point at Mobile is sitting at 68 as we speak. But up at Greenville, the dew point's 55 up in Butler County. So again, that warm front is most likely progressing through places like Atmore, Monroeville, and that will slowly push its way northward tomorrow with time. So we'll keep it here for another couple of minutes, just to be sure that these warnings go out. At least the tornado warning goes out at 9 o'clock. But pretty good storm rolling through the city of Mobile tonight. They have been under a tornado warning. And again, also a severe thunderstorm warning. Initially, the severe thunderstorm warning was issued, and literally a minute or two after that came the tornado warning. And that's what prompted a lot of us to come on the air here. And again, we'll just hang with it for about 2 more minutes. Just a logistical note, tomorrow morning, again, I'll do a Saturday morning videos exclusively to get you ready for what's going to come tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. We'll have a pile of new data in later tonight. In fact, it's coming in now as we speak, and we'll put all that together and have a new video briefing tomorrow morning. We'll probably be live about 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And if we do have severe weather, tornadoes, tornado warnings, tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, I will be shifting from here to the TV studio. And I will shave, by the way. And, of course, for the Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden market, we're on ABC 3340 in Birmingham, streamed on their YouTube channel and Facebook page. And whenever we have warnings for other parts of the state, not in the Birmingham TV market like this, this is when I kind of hang out here on my YouTube and Facebook page. So, again, just no real evidence that this storm has hit severe criteria in the last few minutes. We've seen no damage, and this has come through a very densely populated part of Alabama, the city of Mobile. Watching the various social channels. And most of the buzz is about what's going to happen tomorrow, which is certainly worth discussing for sure. And, of course, also a lot of buzz about what's going to happen down the line. Obviously, the pattern looks much colder after the new year, and there's a lot of discussion about that. We'll talk much more about that on the video tomorrow. Will there be any winter weather mischief at some point in January? Never know. You never know, but no evidence of that through the end of next week for the next 7-8 days or so. But the pattern does look pretty cold. All right, so the tornado warning is over. And what the Weather Service in Mobile is going to do, they're going to replace the tornado warning with a new severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for much of northern Baldwin County. And that new warning is going to be in effect until 9:45 tonight. So the main concern, strong winds. The new warning does include Point Clear, Foley, Alberta, and points north. This includes Summerdale, Robertsdale, Loxley, Bay Minette, Spanish Fort, Daphne, Fairhope. So again, if you're in that part of Baldwin County, just be aware that you've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. We don't see any evidence of a tornado at all, but the main concern, strong winds. One note from the Weather Service in Mobile, their instrumentation they have at the office measured a wind gust of 55 miles per hour, almost at that severe criteria. The storm does not look as intense now as it did when it came over the airport earlier this evening when they had that 55 mile per hour gust. But again, it will pack a punch. So the storm has weakened a little bit, but still, keep in mind we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for much of Baldwin County, north of Point Clear, Foley, Alberta, up to Bay Minette. That would include places like Loxley, Robertsdale, Summerdale, Stapleton, Daphne, Fairhope. So just be ready for some strong straight-line winds with this feature. So now that the tornado warning is over, we'll kind of stop this live stream. And again, the next video update here should be posted we'll go live probably about 5:45 or 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. We will see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. God bless, and we'll talk early tomorrow morning.